back, and I plan on doing a few of these with the people who've got great knowledge, but we'll go through the basic beginnings. What humanity needs to do to take their planet back and their sovereignty back, which they haven't had for thousands or hundreds of thousands of years, actually. Um, but it's time. It's a great awakening, the upliftment of humanity and the planet. But what we are not doing, what we're not realizing, and it's very easy. We would have no problems and no interference anymore if we all did this. But it's a matter of reaching that the majority and the tipping point of people, waking them up and realizing this, which we're trying to do at the moment, those that are awake. When everyone's focusing, because this is humanity's, what we should realize by now is that whatever you've been through as a being, as a soul in many carnations, is held in that DNA, that storage, that memory. So at the moment, especially being in a human body and human DNA, you're holding all that ancestry of wars, and I mean, this planet has been through so many galactic wars, world wars, you name it, traumas and whatever else. So we're automatically looking for the enemy. Oh my gosh, we got to fight something. This is so ingrained in us to be on the defensive or attack. We think we've got to fight something, and this is not all it's about, because we were at that level of consciousness we didn't realize we're not needing to fight anything. Humanity's been manipulated and controlled by, oh, so long now, by other beings and entities and off planets, whatever, you name it. Everyone's interfered, manipulated, genetically altered, dumbed us down, whatever. But no, we're waking up, and some aren't happy about that because they'll lose control. Because basically our life force energy, we are part of source. We are able to create, we are creators. We have a massive power, we have life force energy, we can manifest, everyone knows that. We have light. Now darkness has no energy, has no light, has no power. So those that are in a darker, denser being, consciousness, hold in their body and their whatever else, aren't able to do that. So we are great. Everyone funnels off our energy, off your light and life force energy. They've been doing this forever. Siphoning off your power, your life force energy, your light, keeping you, ignorant or whatever. Simple, we want this to end. Take our planet back. We don't need to go and fight any being or anything. We all need to realize you hold an immense amount of light, because remember, everything's intention, what you intend. You can intend. People think, oh, it's only 5D. You can set your intention, whatever consciousness, frequency, or density you want to hold. Everything's up to you. It's free will. You're a part of source. Everything is an intent. You have the power. You have the control. So your intention, you set what frequency you want to hold, what consciousness, what light quotient you want to hold in your being on this physical earth form. You can hold whatever frequency, vibration, consciousness, and light you want to hold. If humanity all woke up and realized all they have to do is take back their power as a soul, claim their sovereignty, said you do not. I've made a video this morning with Sandy, who's a healer, Akashic Records reader, especially to help people to realize this. They're giving their power away. It doesn't matter what it is. Something's controlling them, manipulating them, siphoning their life force energy off them. But it's who is so many things out there. They don't realize they have full power. You always have absolute full power. So we've done a whole thing this morning, which will be uploaded to my YouTube channel tomorrow. Sandy's going to try and upload it, which is covering all this. If you're having problems, because we've always done this now. We haven't done something. We haven't said we do not consent to any manipulation, control, anything taking my life force, my energy, anything from me. Do not allow anything, any being, technology, entity, whatever, to take any of your light, your life force energy, your frequency, vibration, anything from you. That really cuts them off. So you are not any use to them, because they cannot siphon your consciousness. They can't manipulate your consciousness. You're not giving them control to interfere with you whatsoever in any way. So they cannot manipulate your consciousness, your brain, interfere with you. Take your life force energy, your light, your frequency, keep it down. They can't do it. So there's a lot of things you have to claim as a soul and state that you will not allow, and you've got to realize them, you work through them. But all we have to do as humanity is hold the maximum amount of light, which is you ask. You have to ask. What you ask, what you intend is what you get. So if you intend and you ask source, the angels, whatever else, first of all, clear all the crap out of you, which we covered in that video. Ask to hold the highest amount of light on this earth plane, in this carnation. Done. Ask them to, adjust your body, help you assimilate all that, whatever you do. Obviously, use your common sense when you do this. It will be done. It's done. You don't have to think twice about it. Ask. Hopefully, maybe it's done. If you ask for it and you intend it, it will be done. So you can ask that. Then you've got to state all of these things that you're giving nothing. Being, energy, technology, frequency, vibration, energy, entity, whatever, life form, anything, permission to control, manipulate, to go through the whole thing. We've been through most, I think Sandy and I discussed it, and take anything from you. Okay, not allowed to interfere, manipulate, try and control it, take anything from you. If we did this as human beings on planet Earth, everybody would leave planet Earth. Because why? First of all, human beings have claimed, or us as humans, you're in a human body now, have claimed your full power and sovereignty. We are not allowing manipulation, control. So there is no purpose for them being here. Because why? They cannot manipulate you. They can't control you. They can't alter you. And they cannot interfere with you in any way, your soul, physically, or anything, and take any life force or anything from you. They have no power over you. You've then taken everything away from them. All right? So what would be the purpose? Planet Earth would be off bounds because no beings, entities, energies, whatever, even technology they try and use, will have no impact on you. So all they're after is our resources on planet Earth, and they're after that you as a life force energy, it's survival energy. Secondly, darkness can't exist in light. It has no energy of its own, no power, right? Anything that's not pure sentient being. Those that are sentient beings that are dark, dense consciousness and whatever else, only because they're not holding enough light in their body. Why? Because they haven't also done their shadow work, healing, clearing, whatever. Most humans on this planet haven't done that. Most humans, you realize you've got this, that's why you're looking for the enemy and you feel threatened, defensive. It's ingrained in you as a soul. Then you haven't gone back to your past lives, because I can tell you what, if you're having fears, anything to do with off-planet beings, you're frightened of ETs, anything like that, and not wary of some, or have an issue with anything, you can guarantee it's a life you've had where that species or being, whatever else, manipulated you, killed you, did something to you. We remember we've had galactic battles on this earth. A lot of us can't remember being part of it, but it stays in your consciousness, in your being, in your DNA. That is a memory. So we are used to being attacked, manipulated. So this is why we automatically feel those, because we haven't done the clearing, forgiveness. Let it go. Forgive them. Doesn't matter how many centuries, decades, millennia ago it was, or whatever else. It's a past life. It's another life. It's gone. You need to do your forgiveness. No matter what they did to you, what entities, beings in this life, other lives, let it go. We have to do our forgiveness. We have to let all go of any dark, dense, negative energies. Also a state intent that you're not no thoughts, because this is another thing they use against you. They manipulate your mind or consciousness, so you feel fear, negative, because you haven't done shadow work or whatever, and that puts you in that emotion. That's how they're feeding off of that energy. Everything is energy and light. That's it. That's all we are as a core, is light and energy, frequency. So it's so simple. Humanity. We forget we are part of source. You as powerful. You are a creator. Nothing has more power than you. Absolutely nothing. You are part of it. Doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't have power over you, but you have to state that, claim it, know it. Everything would leave Earth, because Earth would be off limits, because no beings, no matter who they were, wherever they came from, would get it right. Because first of all, we've claimed our free will as souls. We've stated that, so there can't be any intervention, any manipulation. No one can break your free will, your intent, your permission. You haven't granted permission to be fiddled with, interfered with, hurt, harmed, whatever, in any way. Off limits. They cannot use us, because we have claimed our full power, our source. We're holding the highest frequency and energy. Wow, problem. No problem. So there's a lot of it to do. We got to start there. Every single person needs to get that through the head of you. Got any issues you're having? It's because you haven't claimed that you haven't, given permission. They can't do this. They can't manipulate you, try and control you, take your consciousness, your light, your freak. And believe me, most people, if they haven't done regressions and gone to see someone, a lot of you have attachments and things, but they're siphoning off your energy. Oh, damn right they are. Or they're manipulating your moods through technology or fear, putting a fear into you, whatever else, through some way. And this is why. So that energy, so they do not want you. The simplest thing they're trying to prevent in this whole way is for you to hold the highest frequency, light, peace, calm, love, unity. Stay in the present moment. Because they have no control over you then. If you don't give it to them, if you don't fear them, if you believe something has control over you, basically saying that has more power than you, and it doesn't as a soul. You are pure. You forget you. This is just a body you use. You are pure source, energy, and life. End of story. And you decide what level of consciousness, what density or dimension consciousness you want to hold, what level of frequency, vibration, density, dimensions you want to hold and vibrate at, because that's what you also, bump into, whatever. So it's so simple. So all the protection and all this nonsense that we forget, Sandy and I covered, which we'll be uploading, but we just got to do that. Earth would be off limits completely. We would not be manipulated by any more beings and things. And most people haven't realized most of their fears and trauma, we got to fight something. Or this is ingrained in humans, we got to fight it. We got to fight the dark, we got to fight them. We're looking for that. It's because you haven't let go and cleared past lives and trauma. Because you were siphoned, attacked, suppressed, locked up, cloned, who knows what they did to you, many, you'll be surprised, lots. So what, it's done. It was a life, it's finished. You obviously, because same thing, you did not give permission. We allowed it on a soul level as a learning journey experience, or it wouldn't have happened. Because remember, we know now whatever you think, intend, vibrate, it's what you draw to you. So if you're thinking of looking for the battle and the enemy, well, you're going to find one. If you're fearing it, it's like what you think of goes into the quantum field. So think of it as an antenna. So if you, oh my gosh, thinking of looking for that enemy, fear, whoops, there we are, they're loving this one. And secondly, that's going out there. Oh, so that you're going to, so they, okay, they want to play, fight, let's fight. We don't need to fight. We just need to hold the highest frequency, love, peace, calm, and the maximum amount of light. And that's it. The planet Earth cannot be controlled, humans. So there's one, but it starts with us. This one is about us. It starts with us, with claiming that light cannot exist. It's a simple example. Go into your bedroom and switch your bedroom light on. Darkness is gone. Darkness has no energy on its own. It needs light. So they're always siphoning your light and your life force and your energy from you. Yeah. It's so simple. They cannot exist. You know that. All we have to do is raise the light and frequency on this planet, and that's it. Everything is up. All those lower dimensional, dense, dark things and energies and beings and intentions, all those that occupy the lower realms, which is up to about 7 at least, sometimes 9 actually, the 9th density dimension, is still negative beings that have a higher consciousness in the rest of their maybe planet. Not all beings have the same amount of frequency and consciousness. Even on Earth, some of us are holding a much higher frequency, vibration, and consciousness than the average person. Some people are sitting at the average is 230 or something. Some people are holding a much higher frequency, vibration, and consciousness. What did you ask for? See, intend, seek, ask for it. Not even seek it, just say it. That's it. But please go through those things and clear those. If you have a fear of any being, of anything, it is because it's a past life or something. It happened in this life, trauma, previous lives, whatever, that you haven't worked through, forgiven, and let go. Okay, nothing happens to you without your permission, your soul's permission and intent. You did not say they can't. You did not give, obviously didn't say you don't give permission for this. That's why it happened. It was something you chose. Understand that. You chose to experience it, or it wouldn't have happened. Before we drop into any being in life, we choose that experience. People don't want to admit that this is true, even now. But you're also able to revoke all of those things and change your mind. You've got free will. every now moment what you choose. So we all know that the light wins. We all know that we know what the end is, but it's people just forgetting. We think we've got to go out there in the astral and fight them and destroy them, just giving them what they want. And they're using that energy. So no, raise your light, raise your frequency, raise your consciousness. Ask for the highest level always in everything. You should have activated all your DNA, all your cells. Ask for the highest level, consciousness, frequency, vibration, and light. Purest as well, purest. Okay, that's it. No problem. And shine your light. We've got to vibrate and push out as much light, love into the field. Love, peace, calm, and light. We flood the field with that. You dissolve the darkness. That really happens. Actually does. You dissolve the darkness in those beings and everything. And their energy frequency is higher. Highest frequency or highest energy, for knows is energy, overrides a lower, whether it's technology or not. So if your frequency is high enough, you don't allow any technology. Everything's frequency. Those negative frequencies, which are all used through all our technology, is very low, dense, negative frequencies. They cannot penetrate your field. And you state that you do not allow any negative frequency, vibration, being, entity, to enter your field. And you can even state how much. You keep that. You push that light and thing around you. So you won't be affected by even in technology and frequencies being used against you. We just don't think we have the power, or forget, but listen to the Conversations of God, part 1, 2, and 3. It pretty much tells you we know we are part of Source. That's it. We've been kept down, always thinking we haven't got limitations. The only limitations you have is what you set yourself. So if you've got any negative experience or feelings or fears, you have got to find out why and clear that. Everything comes down to us. It's got nothing to do with the exterior. So that's it. Planet Earth would be off bounds, and we'd have our planet back in control of our planet and won't be manipulated by other planets, other beings, other entities, technology, whatever. Just, that's it. Us as humans have got to start claiming our sovereignty. Take this planet back now. Planet Earth is for us, for humanity. We're not going to be manipulated, dumbed down, genetically modified, fiddled with, controlled anymore. But it starts with your soul, your consciousness, your frequency and energy. Your soul, remember, is the master of this physical body. It chose your body to drop into. It has immense power. It's all powerful. This is where you've got to work with it and claim it on that level. Because your soul has power and control over the physical body as well. Okay. There's part 1. Simple as simple. You couldn't get more simple and basic as that. Ask for the highest level of consciousness, light, and frequency and vibration. And you just radiate that out from your being. Everything you do, with an intention, whether you're going shopping, talking, whatever you do, radiate out. Intend when you go out, you're going to radiate that into the field. All around you, radiating love, peace, calm. You can also, intend that you focus on humanity's consciousness to raise their consciousness and their light and love, whatever. Always do this. So you're affecting humanity and everyone around you. So you're starting to raise those around us. You need to do that. Okay. Raise them up. Raise those around you. Raise their consciousness. And love. Because with love, there's going to be no fear. We need to radiate this out. So everybody around will lose that fear. Peace, calm, fear. They won't have fear then. Simple as that. Because that's as a core, as a soul, are we pure light and pure love. Source. Source energy. That's all it is. If you've got anything else in you, it's not from Source. We've taken it on from this life, past lives. It's hurt, baggage, trauma, fear. We haven't cleared. We haven't worked through or forgiven or let go in this life or any life. That's all it is. So I discovered that. So there we are. And then I'll do some of what we need to do. We start being active. Start programming crystals to send this out into the field, clean your house. You with your intent. Even with angelics, clear all negative frequencies, energies, things out of your house. Blast it. Ask them every day. Check your field every day. Cleanse your field. Any blocks, open all your meridians, chakras. I think I've covered this for Sandy. So that'll be up. We did this because so many people are having problems and they shouldn't be having any problems Because I didn't realize, okay, well, I set my intention on my protection, but I forgot to say this, I won't allow this, or I forgot to include technology, or I forgot to include something. It's only because I thought about all these things, because I bumped my way up through these things. And even after I was awake and thought I had a high frequency, meanwhile, I had lovely attachments to me, and they were siphoning off, other beings were happily siphoning off my life force energy and my excess. Obviously, I wasn't even aware of it. It's like, okay, no, well, that's going to stop now. Bye-bye. You're not doing that. And then other beings will try. There's also beings here that are neutral. They're just out for themselves as well. They're not taking a side in this fight. They're out for themselves. But they also, so they want to see what they're getting, whatever it is, whether it's information they're gathering, just information, data, who knows? They've got their own toe in this thing. There's a lot of beings, huge. I don't know how many planets and how many, but there are massive amount of ships and variety of beings out there. Wow. And I think it would be dishonest for any of us to say who's good and who's bad. We only being told what other people are saying because they're channeling them or someone. And always the best is go within, ask your higher self. Don't ask, let someone else dictate which beings are here to help humanity. There's you, yourself are having dealings with them, because we're all different. Some of you come from different planets and have different agreements when you came here. Your soul agreed to work with different beings, humans, non-humans, whatever, angels, who knows, before you came into this planet. Simple as that. So always go within and ask which beings are you here to help, because my gosh, the list is so long. I don't even recognize some of these. I bump into different beings. I don't know who they are. A lot look alike, actually. So I go and ask my house self, which beings are here to help humanity in this present moment from a place of love, kindness, compassion for the greatest good of humanity. And I wasn't shown that many. I was shown about 3 or 4 races that are here. But some that I was told are here to help, I didn't get that from when I asked. So interesting. Don't know. It doesn't matter who's here to help or not. We as humanity, this is our planet. You in this planet right now, in this carnation, take our planet back. We're giving nothing permission to interfere, manipulate, control, or take anything from you. Very important. All right. And then you're off limits. They can't use you. They can't take your life force energy. They can't manipulate you. They can't do anything to you. That's it. But we need to, the moment they've got half the planet or more, that they can do that too. So, they're not going to exactly leave the planet Earth. So some, not everyone's here to see that they're looking forward to humanity's upliftment and raising in consciousness and everything, because then all of a sudden they can't use them or the planet, you see. Yeah. Anyway, that's the practical part we'll get into for your meditations, how to start doing that to help raise the rest of humanity. Start programming. You can program your crystals yourself with intention. You talk to them and you can program any crystal. This one you can program to hold love. That one you can program to heal. This one you can program, I've done that for meditations, how to program them to hold a force field energy and frequency when you meditate. You tell them they must keep you at that frequency, dimension, density while you're meditating. Then nothing below those densities and dimensions can come in. You're too powerful, you're at a higher density frequency for them to, so you won't bump into them in the first place. It's always up to you, who you intend to communicate with, who you intend to talk to, and what did you state when you say, I allow this and that in. Don't allow anything in you, but, asked to talk to, you got to know who they are first. And if you just say, oh, no negative beings, doesn't mean they're here for good either. They might just be neutral. They're just manipulating you or using you. So it's always us. It's always us. Universe listens, and you've got to watch what you say and very specific in your words. And we often don't do that. We just say negative or dense or dark. And that doesn't really encompass much, because we're leaving out all the middle. They're just here for their own things. They just want to, they're neutral in this whole thing, but they just want to get something for themselves. That's all. So, yeah, don't allow anything to be taken from you. Very important. No energy, frequency, light, whatever can be taken from you. Don't give any being permission or anything permission or control over you. All right. Okay, that's as simple as that. Then we'll do the one on taking back the rest of it, how you start. I've done one on healing the planet. People must start doing that, taking back. It's so simple. And then we're going to go around raising the frequency of our sacred sites, of our rocks, of your everything. That's it, lifting the frequency of everything on this planet. And you start doing that, it's pushing the humans up as well, so that their consciousness will rise as well. So it's very important for us. But be careful of negative thoughts, okay? Fears and thoughts. If you're having any negative fear thoughts, anger, it's not coming from you, all right? You're being used, manipulated, controlled, whatever else, and you haven't done your baggage clearing. You haven't worked out, whether it's ego, whether it's something. There's something in you that you haven't let go of, resolved, forgiven. Ego's got more control. Who knows what it is? But really, we really wouldn't have a problem. The place would just vacate, because Earth would be okay. Well, those, we can't really play with them anymore, so they're off limits. That's all it is. All right, lovely people. We'll do one. I want to get a guest. I'm just going to find out how I can do this, because I can't at the moment with what I'm using. I'm not able to add a guest to YouTube live stream. But there's somebody I want to interview. It's very good. We drop into. Take your consciousness, and you can travel into the water, into air. You become part of the water, the air, the soil, so you can start healing. But we're also able to program stones, rocks, crystals, the mountains. We got to ask them to pick up their frequency. Everything on this earth, to hold that love vibration. We can't push it too high, because some people wouldn't cope with. They're down here. You push up the frequencies of some things very high, and they haven't done shadow work and clearing, and they're not going to be able to manage with the higher energies. Reasons why we've got bursts of these light codes and things coming in, because if it was one big wham at once, the humans wouldn't be able to cope. We've got to learn to adjust, raise our frequency vibration, because if you haven't cleared dark and dense energy, you're going to be in serious physical pain or problems, or emotional problems. But we can program all our rocks in your parks, in your towns, your mountains, your whatever. Ask them, tap into them, clear them, and ask them to hold and push out a frequency of love, calm, peace, healing, because that will get us there. That frequency of love raises the vibration, and of all people, so their fear will go away. They'll feel this love and peace and calm. Simple as that. And you'll see a huge change on the planet. It will affect your neighborhood, people in your area. So program everything in your area, everything, to hold that frequency. Plus, you're also healing then all the elements at the same time, because water is being poisoned, the air is being polluted and sprayed every day, the clouds. So all of those things, so if you send it into all of them, you're helping transmute. We're also going to say we're not allowing this poisoning anymore of the planet for beings that can't talk for themselves, like the animals, the plants, the trees have been poisoned. It's raining down on them. We will not allow it. We're allowing a few to control many. You can ask for help, off-planet help. Say this is not on. Speak to the sun and tell him not allow anything. And we've got to say it as well. We will not allow anything to block the sun out. We do not give up permission and consent. Because you are part of Mother Earth. You're a being on this earth. You're entitled. You have free will. I do not give my permission for the sun to be blocked out. Thank the sun. Send him love. For his light codes and for raising humanity, the frequencies and all these things that are helping humanity wake up. So yeah, we got to ask for help to say we're not allowing this nonsense interference anymore. We will not allow the sun to be blocked out. We will not allow all beings are being poisoned without their consent. No. Ask them to also come and help intervene and stop this. So we can ask for help, but be careful who you ask for. Make sure, whatever frequency, you know who you're talking to. So you can ask for help, you can ask for intervention, but we don't need to restart ourselves using that power. Okay. Speak to the elements, speak to those things, program everything in your area. And people will start being affected in your area, because it'll lift up the frequency and vibration in your area. Everyone starts feeling love and peace. They won't have feeling fear, any of this nonsense. That's it. So yeah, don't think you can't. Start programming every rock. Speak to the mountains, speak to the stones, ask them to raise their frequency and vibration. At the moment, what we need to do is heal humanity. Needs to raise that love for people, because we need to get that shadow work and nonsense out of them. So it's love, peace, calm, healing. All right. All right, number one, and then we'll go into some details, meditations, people, how to do that. All right, but the sun, he's amazing. And tell him, do not allow them to block you out. And this nonsense that we're allowing them to spray these poisons in the sky every day, poisoning. And remember, that poisons everything. It goes into the water, everything. So we should be doing this every day, cleaning, sending healing, and that frequency of love into the elements to transmute this. It's our planet. We have control of our planet. We must just take it and start acting. Don't have to ask someone else can do it. You can do it. Start sending that. The more you do it, you'll see it, the better you'll get. Then you'll be able to yourself become part of the water. Focus on it. You'll merge it. You'll become part of the air. All that is that nothing, the air, the wind, the everything, all the elements. You're able to do it. Absolutely. Tap into the water, feel it, and become that. Send that into it. But also, yeah, we're not doing this. We do not give permission to be poisoned and this nonsense to be sprayed. And the more you send love to earth and the sun, the less likely that will manifest, because they try to get us humans to manifest blocking it out for the wrong reasons. Which people, All right, lovely people. You have a great day. And we shall definitely be covering a lot more. I've got many more to do to help people in this future. All right. Bye.